Imagine a time when your outfit could land you in jail. That was the reality for centuries. These weren't just social norms, they were actual laws, called sumptuary laws. If you weren't a duke, wearing velvet or certain shades of purple was a criminal offense. These laws literally coded your social standing into your wardrobe, making sure that at a single glance, everyone knew their place. But beyond legal enforcement, the very impracticality of high fashion also served as a class barrier. Think about a pristine white gown in the 18th century. Keeping it immaculate wasn't just about good taste, it signaled that you didn't work, you had servants to do your bidding, and you possessed the leisure to maintain such an extravagant, impractical garment. Fashion, then, was an ironclad system of visual identification, leaving no room for ambiguity about one's rank in society. Now, fast forward to today, and you might notice something intriguing. The truly wealthy often seem to dress understated. We call it quiet luxury or the old money aesthetic. Why do elites often dress less visibly than those aspiring to climb the social ladder? The answer lies in signaling. The established wealthy don't need to prove their status to everyone. They only need to signal it to their peers. A $1,000 cashmere sweater with no visible logo isn't for showing off to the masses. It's a secret handshake, a subtle nod to those who recognize the exquisite quality, the perfect drape, or the specific cut. Meanwhile, those climbing the ladder often fall into the loud trap, relying on prominent logos and flashy brands to project an image of wealth. To the established elite, this loudness can often be perceived as nouveau riche, a clear sign that you're trying too hard to buy your way into a club where membership isn't about the price tag, but an inherent understanding of subtlety. This brings us to a common observation: why does high luxury often appear boring to outsiders? If you see a minimalist collection from a brand like the Row or Loro Piana, you might genuinely mistake it for something you could buy at a mid-range store. But this boring quality is entirely intentional, even strategic. For the truly affluent, fashion isn't about chasing fleeting trends, which are expensive and quickly become outdated. It's about investing in timelessness. A simple, perfectly tailored wool coat or a classic silk blouse transcends seasonal fads, signaling an indifference to the frantic cycle of fast fashion. When a garment lacks flashy logos or bold patterns, what's left to appreciate? The answer is impeccable material quality, superior craftsmanship, and a flawless fit. The boring look forces you to focus on the intrinsic value of the garment itself, rather than external branding, distinguishing it to the discerning eye from mass-produced imitation. Fashion also plays a relentless game of cat and mouse between the upper and lower classes. This dynamic is often described as trickle-down fashion. A style emerges among the elite, perhaps a unique silhouette or a new fabric. As it gains traction, mass-market manufacturers quickly imitate it, making it accessible to the middle and lower classes. But here's the catch: the moment a style becomes widely available and common, the elite abandon it. They move on to something new, something exclusive, constantly seeking to differentiate themselves. However, the flow isn't always one way. Sometimes, the elite slum it, adopting styles that originated in working-class culture. Think high-end versions of distressed jeans or expensive streetwear. This prole drift is a curious display of confidence, signaling that their status is so secure they can playfully dabble in low-status symbols without fear of losing their rank. But what happens when fashion becomes accessible to everyone? The rise of mass production, global supply chains, and fast fashion has fundamentally changed the meaning of clothing. When a designer-inspired bag can be bought for a fraction of the original price, the very thing that made the luxury item desirable, its scarcity and exclusivity, begins to erode. This isn't just democratization, it's a devaluation of the status signal. When everyone can afford a version of the same trend, that trend ceases to be a marker of distinction. This is precisely why luxury brands often react by raising prices, limiting production, or emphasizing bespoke services. They're fighting to regain the exclusivity that defines their brand. As physical clothes become cheaper and easier to copy, the elite are shifting their signals to things that can't be mass-produced. Niche experiences, exclusive wellness trends, bespoke tailoring, or even subtle details like the perfect posture and specific mannerisms. The game continues, just with new, ever more subtle rules. It's a powerful testament to how deeply intertwined our clothing choices are with our social identity, our aspirations, and our place in the world. Do you think fashion will ever truly shed its class distinctions? Let us know in the comments below.